am assuming. Oh, 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 oh. Let's see. Am I live? My goodness. We got anybody on here, y'all? Let's see. Six, 15, 25, 35, 45, 30-year friendship. Anybody? Oh, there's some people on here. Y'all. Hello, Barbara. Hey, Karen. Hello, Trina. Hey, Antia. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Mary. Well, I had to get on here and tell y'all what happened to me. I mean, because I could have put it in a Facebook post, but y'all ain't gonna believe it. First off, I have to tell you, I sold the shamper. That's not what I got to tell you, though. And I'll put a picture on Facebook of it later. But there it is, Eddie hauling it off to the new owners. But the new owners had to come up here to look at it, and it has to do with my story. Okay, so I might have gotten rid of the shamper, but I got a new camper. Yes, I got a new camper. So people are going to freak out. You want me to show you the video of the new camper? I took a video of it. It's a hot minute. It's like 6 seconds long. Do you want to see it? If you do, say yes, and I'll show it to you. But I did buy a new one. So maybe we'll just see a little bit of it. So we got a new camper. So the reason is so the other day I was sitting here and we went camping, you know, a couple weeks ago. So what happened was that, you know, Eddie and I now, it's going to be a year since he's worked from home. And so we really have loved that, and we've loved our camper. But the camper isn't why I got a story to tell y'all. This is a side story on the camper. So last weekend I said, you know, we should really buy another camper and just sell the shamper, because the shamper was like really for me to ride in and then travel in on the weekends when Eddie was off work. But we started, like, now that he's been home, we've been camping during the week a lot longer and more days. And so what happened was that the shamper really wasn't good for both of us being in there. Like, we were at a campground and it was raining and we couldn't work outside. You know, all we had was that dinette. And so we just did a little step up. We didn't do a whole lot of a step up, just a little step up. Also in the shamper, our bed was horizontal, so we had to climb over each other to get out of bed. So we wanted a bed that was more vertical, where we could have room to get out. And also we decided that we just wanted a little bit of a step up. So we went from the 22-foot shamper to now a 24-foot Coachman. I don't pick it up until next week, but I do have a video of it. Now the video was made for my mama and my sister, so I had to find that because it'll be like, what? Let's see, is that it? I think that's it. No, that's not it. Hold on. Is that it? No. oh my gosh, funny story, but really funny story. My sister and them were like, you're going to buy a new one? I'm like, yeah. So when I went to the dealers, because we went looking all week long, and we drove 2 hours to go to one. We drove 2 hours to go to another one. And so when we decided, what we did was, funny story, is that my sister and them were like, oh, okay. So they were like, send us a picture. So we went into this really big fifth wheel that had like his and her bathrooms, all this stuff. So I sent them that. I'm like, this is what we bought. They're like, oh my God, that's like a house. And it had a movie theater. It had like its own dining room. It was fancy. And I'm like, this is crazy. If I didn't feel like I needed a home base, I might be able to be a nomad. So this is kind of what it looks like, or this is what it looks like. So
it has this little,
I don't know. I'm just
feature.
Let's see. So it's a little bit bigger, like
same refrigerator.
The
kitchen has a little more storage.
It's got a stove.
That's open. Then we have the 3 drawers as well as the under sink.
So this is a little bit bigger. It's a different style.
Still the same storage.
So you might be able to get a bigger.
The feature that's kind of cool here is when you want to take these off of the
It was
sinks,
cold, so I had gloves on.
You have a little storage place up here for that. It's kind of fun. And one of the things that I really like, obviously, is the center here.
So that's the TV.
Storage there.
But there's
Still
the
the
bed.
same.
So see the bed we can
Storage
get out
has
on
the
each
other
side.
one,
And
as
then it
well
has like a
as
underbelly storage
the
that's under the bed. Like some
laundry
storage.
center, which has, oh, this has different. So in the other one, Eddie, it doesn't
I'm
have
telling Eddie
these
something.
mesh holders.
But this video
It
again
doesn't
was
have
made
bottoms
for
and
my
mesh holders is
parents.
what the extra is. And
Jackson, he
the
was
laundry
down
center,
with the movie theater. Oh my God, you should have seen the jacket had. I can show you a picture of that too. But so this is it.
bed is still the same.
So let me kind of fast forward. So,
And off.
but you can't really see, but like right there, that corner right there, there's stools there. So I can be at the stools and Eddie can be at that couch. So see the little couch? So their little couch where he's standing is like, can be Eddie's office. So it doesn't have a dinette, but it does have a table that goes in front of the couch if we want to eat there. But then it has the little peninsula right there, which is where I will write, and Eddie can work. So it's just a little bit bigger. It looks really big in this video, but it's not. I think I also have the bathroom, but you guys will see it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You know, you guys are going to see it when I get it. Let's see if I took any more video of that. But truthfully, what I got on here to tell you about is another thing happened to me this week. But I'm going to show Jack this crazy, let's see, the crazy fifth wheel that was like, oh my gosh, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I go, well, this is what we bought. So, which we didn't.
So it has the 2 sofas.
This is a camper.
Then it has Eddie's Lazy Boy.
That's the movie theater. Look at this kitchen,
We go down.
y'all.
Our kitchen.
This is
It's a bigger fridge than what we anticipated.
I'm totally lying.
We have a dinette.
We have a dinette. I'm telling them.
Over here we have just the half bath.
Half bath.
So this is our nice little half bath here. Love that.
My brother-in-law texts back, wow, how many feet? That's 27 feet.
Then we're going to go upstairs to the bedroom with the nice doors.
This is
We
not
have
our new
the
camper.
queen bed. They could give us the king, but we just kind of like that. We
They
also
could have
love
given us the king,
wardrobe.
but we just decided on the queen.
And, it actually has a. How pretty! We are so excited, and then we
We're
have,
so
like, the bar
excited.
door for the bathroom, and then we have the porcelain toilet in here, and then we
Porcelain.
have the double sinks, one for me and one for Eddie, and then the taller shower for Eddie.
So that is not the camper we got. I just sent that to my sister just because they thought like, oh, that's not the camper we bought. We bought a tiny another camper, but all we added to the new camper is a bump out. It's all it was, is that little thing. So just gives us extra room to go longer, to actually travel. We want to travel like to each one of our kids' houses and stop at different places. So anyway, Sabrina said you need a stool with the back. I probably, I don't even, here's a stool that I sit on and work every day, and I don't use a back. I could use my chairs, but I don't yet. But anyways, that big fifth wheel, it's like 6 figures. I was like, oh my gosh. So anyways, I come on here to tell y'all about my birds. So last week I had the coyote and the deer. This week, so let me tell you what happened. So y'all know I have birds nesting in my tree out there. I can't take down my Christmas tree. I know they just started nesting a few weeks ago, and I should have taken the Christmas tree down before that, but I liked it and I wanted it on there. So don't shoot me. So anyways, what happened was I had this mama bird and her 3, she's a little sparrow, and they have 3 little eggs, and they hatched, and we had little cute little babies. And so I've been watching, and we can't go out the front door. Y'all know the mama bird hit me when I was chasing that coyote, because I was like a bat out of HE hockey sticks out that door. So anyways, the other night, Rowena has a habit of jumping on my egg chair. Y'all know the one in the bedroom. Eddie calls it the most expensive cat tree. So anyways, she jumped on top of that, and she likes to look out into the hallway. And I'm always like, what is she looking at? And I'm like, is Virginia's ghost here? Because, Virginia died up here. And then I think of Virginia's son, which I don't know his name. I only know her name. And then her boyfriend, also died up here. So I'm thinking Virginia, right? Because that's the only one I know. And I'm like, is Virginia, all up in here? And hold on, I'll show you what I do. So when I feel like Virginia might be here or something, I'm all about smudging her. I'm like, Virginia, go away. So keep my smudge right there. I know, that's ridiculous. I almost got my smudge in my coffee. So anyways, what happened was so Rowena just kept looking. Then she got in bed with me and then crawled next to the bed onto the windowsill, and she was looking out. So I'm like, I wonder if she sees something. So then I just laid there, and it's like 11. Oh, I know what time it was. It was 11:20, and I hear this crash, and I'm like, oh my God, Eddie, somebody is in the house. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, get up, get up, get up. And so go look, because I'm thinking, he can take whoever it is before I can take them. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, get the gun next to the bed, because, we're up here in these woods. And so anyways, Rowena just darted out of the bedroom, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so Eddie goes, no, I don't see nothing in the dark. And I said, well, did you turn the lights on? And so then I get out of bed, and I'm like, what is going on? And Rowena darts out of the guest bedroom, and I'm like, and I don't have anything really hanging on my walls, and I don't have anything that could fall and crash. So I was like, what was that? And so I kind of look out my front door when I go by, and my Christmas tree is not standing. And I'm like, what's happening to the Christmas tree? And so I flipped the light on, and I looked out, and I go, oh my God, Eddie. And I swing the door open. I'm like, the Christmas tree is down. Where's my nest? And the nest is still nestled in, but the birds weren't in it. And so I'm like, oh my God, something got my birds. And so Eddie goes, oh, there's a couple of them right there. So again, pajamas, which I have to sleep in a t-shirt and shorts, cold. And I said, oh my God, I got to save the birds. I got to save the birds. And I go, do you have any gloves? Because I was always told that you can't pick up baby birds if, the mama won't come back. Well, that's a lie. I Googled it. But anyway, so the birds were on the ground, and I'm like, Eddie, do you have any gloves? And he's like, yeah, I got plastic gloves. And he's standing at the door, and I'm like, okay, where, so we go downstairs, get the gloves. I said, you guard the birds, and I'm going to run around the house outside at night, not knowing what was out there that knocked over my birds. And he's like, okay. So I get up, I got my gloves on, and I push up the tree, and then I scoop up one little bird, it's breathing, and I put it back in the tree, and then I scoop up the next bird and put it back in the tree. I'm like, where is the third bird? And so I couldn't see it, and he's like, oh, is that it over there? And it was by the rocker. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go over there, and it had like little claw marks on its back, and it wasn't breathing. And I'm like, explosion. Who got into my birds? So I was like, oh no, we got to bury my little bird. And so Eddie's like, at 11:30 at night. I'm like, 11:30 at night. So we got our little burial, burying the bird. I don't know where Mama is, because in my head I said, I know what's happened. Mama was sitting on the birds, and something crawled up in here, and I'm thinking raccoon, possum, something. And it grabbed Mama, and Mama tried to hold on and clawed the baby, and then when something took Mama, she dropped the baby. Because the baby had no visible blood, just like some little claw marks, and some of the hair was gone. So, okay, so then I'm like, we got to find out what this was. So luckily we have cameras on the front porch like we have on the rest of the property. So we roll it back, and it was a black cat. That black cat, remember that black cat that's been hanging around? The black cat. You see the black cat come from the opposite side, and you see it come into my porch cubby where the Christmas tree is, because it knows the birds are there. I don't know how it knew that the birds were there, but it knew. Like, you see it specifically in it. 2 minutes pass. 2 minutes pass before you see the birds, or before you see the cat take off, because it was hiding in there for 2 minutes. So I'm like, well, we're gonna have a dead black cat up here if he keeps aggravating. So I sat up all night looking at the nest, worried sick about the mama. I'm like, what about the mama? And the daddy is so good too. And I'm like, what's gonna happen? Is the mom, am I gonna have to start feeding these birds? We've fed birds here before, people. Don't you remember that? That's probably been about 10 years ago, but we did it. You can scroll back and look. So I said, oh my gosh, my mind was reeling. And I said, what are we gonna do? I've got to stay up and protect these birds, because that cat's gonna come back and get these other birds. So I stayed up all night long watching that nest, and the mama never came back. So I got up, we got a cup of coffee after Eddie got up, and I said, I can't keep watching that nest. And he started watching the live feed of the camera, and he goes, oh my gosh, the birds are back. So he's like, oh, there's 2 birds. So the mama and the daddy bird came back. And then the mama bird started rebuilding the nest with stuff, feeding the babies. So I'm like, well, we're obviously keeping the nest, right? So I'm like, well, what do I got to do to keep the nest clear of the cat? Because I don't want to kill the cat. And so, and you know, we're not allowed to go out this door, but we're going to go out this door because Mama's not out there. I just looked. So anyways, I got online, and it said cats don't like tinfoil. So I wadded me up some tinfoil and put it around things that Rowena likes. She don't like no tinfoil. So I figured, well, if it ain't gonna work on if it's gonna work on the princess, then it's going to work on this black cat. Then I saw where they don't like citrus. So I got me a big old fat orange, and I got me some lemons, and I got them all sitting out there. And Rowena, you know, she's so nosy. She's always up in my business. And so I started eating on them oranges and them orange slices, and she comes up and she's like, goes away from it. And then I made sure that she got a whiff of that lemon, and she went up and like, okay, well, if it works on Rowena, it's got to work on the black cat, right? So what did I do? I decorated up my Christmas tree with tin foil. I mean, I have used a whole thing of like 175 foot. I have put 10, oh, there's Eddie. Say hi to the people.
Hello.
He's got to he's got to change the battery in the camera because I have worn it out where I watched the video and and the birds. So I have wadded up all this tin foil, and so that cat came out from that side by the pond, which is really odd. So it knew to come, and then it slinked around and it sat there for 2 minutes. Darn cat. So, and I cussed that cat. I mean, I cussed. And I mean, y'all, the devil would have blushed because I cussed that cat. And so then I put tin foil and lemon. You can see that little piece of lemon right here. See, I got lemon slices and orange slices, and way back up in there I've got, you know, I got some more orange slices down there and lemon slices all around. And we can see if we can get a picture of my baby birds. Are they there? There's the babies. See the babies? Hi, babies. And so I have put tin foil all the way around. So, y'all, I'm not going to be able to save all the birds in 145 acres of woods, but I'm going to try. So then, now that was, so then I would have been working, and while I'm working, I keep the iPad up on the cameras while I work on the laptop, because I'm like, you never know, that bird might come back, or not bird, but that cat might come back and get my birds. And so I have been watching. So the camera, if you keep it running, is on needs a charge. So, or not really a battery, but a charge. So Eddie's coming here and charging it up. So, because I run it 24/7 until my birds are good. So at 5 o'clock this morning, the alarm went off on the on the driveway, and I jumped up and I hit that. We have everything's like electronic, so I hit on my phone the lights on that side of the house that light up everything, and then I ran. I didn't even bother with pulling up the cameras. I just ran in here to the kitchen and looked out the window, and there was the biggest doe. So it was not the black cat. Can y'all believe that? I've got to save the birds. So that's what I come on here to tell y'all. And another thing I learned is if somebody was breaking in the house, Eddie was not going to be very fast. So, what's up with y'all today? What about my new camper? And then my son Jack, I talked to him today, and he's coming home for Mother's Day. And I don't think Austin is, but Brady and Cody, and we're going to go to my mom's that day to celebrate. And then this coming week, I got to go to my church and give a little talk there. What are y'all doing? This weekend, I don't know what I got going on this weekend. Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo, which my sister and I always like to go get Mexican food. food, and I am, because it's so good. We love it. It's our favorite. It's our favorite food. So we're going to do that tomorrow night. But no, the chamfer is gone. I'm so sad. And I was like, my friend Karen, who was on here, I don't know if she's still on here, bought me the chamfer sign. And I took a picture and I was going to send it to her because I haven't gotten that far because I just got home. And then it's my best friend Lisa's birthday. So there's a picture of me a while ago with the chamfer. Because my friend Karen got me the chamfer sign. Actually, Karen is more than a friend. She runs the Cozy Crew. She does everything. We could not do it without her. So, anyways, let's see what everybody else is going on. So, Karen said, I only see a few comments, but Karen, if she's here, we'll have to make you a new sign, Chamfer 2.0. I know. We need to name the new camper for sure. Jack said he was down with the theater. Mary said, LOL. Very nice. Awesome. Looks like the whole other room down there. Oh my gosh, Jack, that fifth wheel was crazy. Now, our new camper is nothing like that. So, don't get too excited when you see the pictures. Oh yeah, we said Sabrina. Hello, Leslie Lawrence. How are you? Hello, Renee. Jack said that his former roommate rented a room from him until he had his own place. Had bar stools. I had a halfback. I was leery, but those things were super comfortable. I'd watch TV for hours. Yeah, you know what? We also have the bar up to the couch for more seating. And that's where Eddie sits, and he loves it. And I sit there a lot too. And sometimes we'll sit there for supper, and just talk and hang out there. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I like something where I can lean on. Plus, if I get too comfortable, I might fall asleep. Everyone is, hello, Kathleen. Hello, Lisa. This is my first time chatting with you live. Oh, man. I sucked her right in with the bird story. Well, welcome, Lisa. You never know. Last week's story was when I was chasing the coyote. That's a whole nother issue. Hello, Bridget. Kristen, how are you? That's so awesome. I love the tinfoil. Great idea. Jack said he loves our lanterns. Thanks. I think I got those at like Home Goods or something. Bridget, love, love, love. Judy, love listening to your stories. Good luck with the tinfoil. Oh, well, I don't even need good luck with the tinfoil. I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to be watching for that cat. Funny story is, the cat's been coming around at night, and he lets off all the alarms on the property. And we look. And so at first we thought it was a raccoon because it was over there by the barn, and we're thinking, oh, you know, it's a raccoon, right? But then the more we watched the videos and would zoom in on it, it was a cat, and definitely a cat now. I'll have to see if I can pull the footage of it. Darn cat. So I said, oh, I should start feeding this black cat. And he's like, don't you dare. You know, Kitty Capus, that story when I started feeding that stray, we ain't going down that path again. But anyways, and so Eddie's like, no. Plus Rowena, I don't even know where she is right now. She doesn't like other cats. And so she doesn't like other cats or animals or people for that matter. And so there she is. Right, Rowena? She's sleeping. Hi. Hi. Hi, sister. Hi, sister girl. Hi, sister girl. Here, right here. Look right here. Doot, 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 doot. So, she's going to love the new camper. But anyways, and so Eddie said, don't you dare feed that cat. Well, I'm not now, because he done got a hunk of a baby bird, made me mad. Bridget said she loves my Mae West books. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. She is a fun one. I know the lady that bought my chamfer, I cried today when they pulled off with her, and I was like, oh, my chamfer. And I cried, but I did tell her who we were. So, well, actually, let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about this whole Facebook community thing. So I put the chamfer on the Facebook Marketplace, and within 10 minutes, I get a message from this lady. She's like, well, I live 2 hours away. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this is what it is, and blah, blah, blah. Then I get another message from the people that bought it. And so she's like, well, when can we see it? I'm like, oh, because I write in the morning. I'm like, oh, after 5 o'clock or anytime, during the weekend. And she said, well, we're at this restaurant up the road eating supper. Can we come tonight? And I'm like, oh, okay. So I said, oh, Eddie, they're going to come tonight. And he's like, what? So he had it tucked back into that spot. And so he was just going to pull it forward so they didn't have to walk around all the gravel and stuff. And then she's like, yeah, we're passing Bob Evans now, which is like super close. And I'm like, that's not going to give Eddie time to hitch it up and get it pulled out. So then I said, oh my gosh, they're at the Bob Evans. And oh, this goes around with the bird story. So then what happened was that they get here and they buy it, and we had to meet today at a Kroger parking lot and then go into the Kroger at the Fifth Third Bank there and do the deal. And so she came in and I said, oh, you want to come inside? And I go, oh, ignore my tinfoil Christmas tree. And I had to tell her the whole bird story. So I think she's probably thinking, this lady's wacko jacko. So then she comes in, and I've had a couple of interviews this week. So when I have interviews, I sit here and I have hooks up there where I will put like book covers. And so there was a book cover up there, and she was just like going, like, this is a whole weird thing. She loved my house though. That was really nice. Nice people. And so I said, oh, I'm a writer. And yeah. And so she's like, oh, that's really cool. And I go, yeah. And I write in the camper shamper. And she's like, oh, that's really neat. And so she was very nice. But I know that they thought we were crazy as all get out. I mean, super crazy as June bugs. Because then today, I know all the people at my little banking center. And so one of them had a death in the family. So I'd gotten her a card, and I hadn't been back to give her the card. And so I took the card with me, and like, we're hugging the people at the Fifth Third Bank, and they're probably like, I'm like, oh yeah, I know these people. I've been working with them, forever. But anyways, I was giving the employee at the Fifth Third Bank a sympathy card for the death in her family. But these people probably thought, she is a wacko. So anyway, yeah, I was telling her all about my tree. So so back to Facebook Marketplace. So got on Facebook Marketplace, and literally I had over 20 something people begging me to sell the camper to them. And so finally today, a while ago, I wasn't even gonna do a live, and I was on the phone with my mama, and I said, I have lipstick on. And she said, well, you might as go ahead and do a live. I said, I might as well, and tell them about the birds. Because she said, did you call your niece and tell her about the birds? I said, no. And she goes, well, you need to call and tell her about the birds, because it is so funny. It's almost as funny as the coyote story. And I'm like, well, neither of them were funny. Both, I could have died. It could have been a crazy cat scratch fever thing. So anyways, yeah. So the shamper pulled off. I started crying, and then I look into their truck as they're pulling away, and they're laughing. So I'm thinking tell her husband, woo, that woman was nuts. Anyways, I gotta go work. I spent enough time on here, and I might make me another cup of coffee. All right. Well, it is a beautiful day on the river. Well, at least it looks like. I mean, it's really only like 63 degrees, but and Eddie's in the catio working. You can't see him, I bet. It's a beautiful day at the river. And I won't get my camper till next week. So we'll take a tour then. But until then, may the 4th be with you, and happy birthday to my best friend, Lisa.